morning, ladies and gentlemen. Here are the top stories of the day as covered on Mega News. The first two exhumations of victims of the Tembe train crash are expected to take place on Saturday, according to reports. 9 exhumations have been approved in total. A third exhumation is scheduled for next Wednesday and a fourth on March 3rd. Dates for the remaining 5 are pending. The Larissa First Instance Prosecutor's Office approved the exhumations following a request by relatives for further investigation into the causes of death. Forensic experts have been given 24 hours to specify the laboratories where new autopsies and specialized tests will be conducted, and 2 days to appoint expert chemists. The additional tests relate to allegations that some victims in the first coach were burned following a fireball and subsequent blazes. Toxicological testing requested by relatives has been described as complex and cannot be carried out in a laboratory in Greece. Meanwhile, a 3-judge misdemeanors appellate court in Larissa has been appointed to hear the case. The trial is scheduled to begin on March 23rd at the University of Thessaly. Police in northern Greece have reopened at least 10 unsolved cases following the murders of 2 women in western Thessaloniki. The bodies of 43-year-old and 47-year-old women were found on the rooftop of an apartment building in the Menemeni district of Thessaloniki. Initial findings show both victims died by strangulation. Authorities arrested 2 men, a 52-year-old property owner and a 50-year-old friend. Both have been ordered held in pre-trial detention. Investigators later discovered dozens of women's clothing items in the building's basement that could not be explained by the suspects. The findings prompted police to review at least 10 cold cases involving missing and murdered women in western Thessaloniki. In at least 3 of those cases, strangulation was identified as the cause of death. Forensic findings, including fractures of the hyoid bone, mirror injuries documented in a 2022 case involving a 27-year-old woman. Police are examining whether the 2 suspects are linked to the reopened cases or whether the evidence points to another unidentified offender. Greek Defense Minister Nikos Dendias is holding a series of high-level meetings at the Ministry of National Defense in Athens amid heightened geopolitical tensions. At 10 a.m., Dendias met with Alexis Grikovic, NATO's Supreme Allied Commander Europe. Greece's Chief of the Hellenic National Defense General Staff, Dimitrios Choupis, also took part in the talks. At 11:30 a.m., Dendias met a delegation from the United States Senate led by Senator Jerry Moran. The delegation includes Senator Kirsten Gillibrand, John Barrasso, John Boozman, Deb Fisher, and Gary Peters. The meeting took place in the Ioannis Kapodistrias Hall at the Defense Ministry and would be attended by U.S. Ambassador to Greece Kimberly Guilfoyle. Dendias is expected to host a working lunch for the delegation. No official agenda details were released. The meetings come amid regional security concerns and speculation over possible developments in the Middle East. A new nationwide poll by Meta-Analysis shows that 68% of respondents believe Greece is heading in the wrong direction, while 27% say it is on the right path. Only 14% report an improvement in their personal financial situation. 43% say they are worse off, and 43% say their situation remains unchanged. More than half say they had greater financial comfort in 2019. Inflation and the cost of living rank as the top concerns. 70% express a negative view of the government, while 24% view it positively. Prime Minister Kyriakos Mitsotakis receives 68% negative ratings. The main opposition party, PASOK, also records strongly negative evaluations. In voting intention, New Democracy leads with 21.4%, followed by PASOK at 9.3%. Undecided voters stand at 15.2%. When asked who is most suitable for Prime Minister, the most common response is no one. While 52% prefer the government complete its term, 60% say the country needs political change. A World War II-era sea mine has been destroyed off the island of Naxos. The ordnance was discovered on Saturday by a fishing boat skipper who alerted authorities. Officials then moved the mine closer to shore and towed it to a small harbor. Coast Guard personnel guarded the area around the clock. On Thursday, a special unit from the Hellenic Navy carried out a controlled detonation to neutralize the device. Authorities cordoned off the surrounding area during the operation. Officials said the discovery of unexploded ordnance, both on land and sea, is not uncommon in Greece. In past years, authorities have located bombs, grenades, shells, landmines, and sea mines, some dating back to the Balkan Wars. Fatal incidents have also been recorded. These were the top stories of the day as covered on Mega News. Thank you for watching.